Coming up on City Beat, January has been proclaimed Go True Blue Month, a time to honor our law enforcement officers. In that spirit, the third annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Day was held, a day especially poignant with the loss of a North Las Vegas detective mere hours before the event began. We'll have more on that loss and how all law enforcement was honored. Plus, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue cadets are about halfway through this winter's academy. See the specialized training they recently went through that could save lives on our roadways. And most of us make New Year's resolutions, and they are all too often forgotten by the end of January. We talk with a life coach who has some truly good tips for staying on track. Hi, everybody. I'm Nancy Byrne. Welcome to City Beat from the Las Vegas City Hall, where, as you can see, we have gone blue. The reason is because January 2017 has been designated Go True Blue Month. It gives us an opportunity to honor all of our law enforcement officers. We're talking about city marshals, Metro Police, Henderson, North Las Vegas, the Nevada Highway Patrol, even our corrections officers and the marshals that guard our courtrooms. The reason the city has decided to participate in this campaign is because, well, the city just thinks it's important. Here at the Las Vegas City Hall, we have the ability to show our true colors in honor of campaigns that mean a lot to our residents. The month of January 2017, we are showing our blue. Both inside and outside City Hall, we're letting the world know we are going true blue in honor of our police officers. Councilman Stavros Anthony announced our participation at the January 4th City Council meeting. As a former Las Vegas Metropolitan captain, he knows firsthand how much it means to our officers to know our residents are behind them.
You know, I love Las Vegas. I've been here for 37 years, and this community is very supportive of all our law enforcement officers, whether it's on a federal, state, and local level. They just really appreciate the work that they do.
It shows that this community has such great respect for what we do, and they truly value it. I think the month of January is great, that, these buildings are going blue, people are wearing blue to honor us, doing social media, but it's nice to hear. I will definitely say that. But I see it every day. I do know when I'm out in the community, I get thanked all the time.
Mayor Carolyn Goodman says while there is unrest across the country these days, here in our Las Vegas community, law enforcement and residents working together can turn the tide in America's towns and cities.
Things will change. We do have the Mayor's Faith Initiative working with over 400 faith leaders, working so beautifully with Metro, our marshals, our fire and rescue, everybody, our social services, to make sure that our really diverse community works as one.
Staying with this theme for the third year in a row, residents from across southern Nevada turned out for the annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Now, this year it was particularly poignant because we just lost one of our own, North Las Vegas detective Chad Parquet. He died after a horrific accident the previous Friday night. But there was no talk of canceling the event. In fact, it just gave more reason to let these men and women know how much we appreciate them protecting us, knowing they may not make it home at the end of their shift. The gray sky and cold drizzle here at Police Memorial Park mirrored the emotions being felt at this third annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. On this day, set aside to honor all the officers in our community and remember those who have died while serving us, we were reminded that tragically there was one more life lost in the line of duty mere hours before this ceremony.
In honor of our fallen officer last night, from the North Las Vegas Police Department, we've just been authorized to say his name, Officer Chad Parquet, who was in a horrific accident. This is why it's so important for all of us to show up at events like this, not for just him, but for all officers that have fallen in the line of duty. If for them, we could have a moment of silence.
Then, one after one, dignitaries took to the podium, determined to show this is a community that cares and will forever back the officers that protect us.
And I will forever be standing not only with all of our community's recognition and love for our law enforcement, knowing every single day they get out of bed just like you and I do, and are out there to make sure we have another day.
We stand with those currently serving and will continue to stand for those who choose this courageous career in the future.
They have to know that we're going to have their back when they become members of a police department, a state trooper, a marshal, federal officer, state, local. They have to know that we have their back.
People we spoke with in attendance said relations between law enforcement and residents are strained in so many areas of the country. But here in Las Vegas, the lines of communication are more open and the mutual respect here is accentuated at an event like this.
You know, this is our community, and whether law enforcement or citizens or media, this is our community. So when we see things like this is a feel-good story that probably needs more attention. There's enough strife and problems in the world. So today you got a bunch of people coming together, hanging out with cops.
It's good to see the community support and all of the law enforcement agencies of Southern Nevada coming together this wonderful day.
Councilman Stavros Anthony is not only here as a member of the City Council representing this section of the city, but as a former member of the Las Vegas Metro Police Department.
I don't know of any other city in the country like Las Vegas where they really truly appreciate it. This is what this day is all about. The community's coming out to let our officers know that what they're doing is important, and we're going to watch their back, and that's what this is about.
Councilman Anthony says great efforts have been made on the part of law enforcement to promote smooth relations with residents, from Metro's community policing to open houses at all 9 area commands every first Tuesday of the month. And he says the public has responded, making for a more cohesive partnership.
The police can't do it alone. They have to get the buy-in from the community and the support of the community and get them to be the eyes and ears for, the things that are going on. And it's just been absolutely productive. I mean, crime is really very low in this city compared to a lot of other places. And it's because of our community support.
So, as we said, January 2017 is Go True Blue Month, a time to honor all of our law enforcement officers. But frankly, we should do that every month. Turning now to another group of first responders, our Las Vegas Fire and Rescue recruits are knee-deep in this year's academy, and they recently received some very specialized training. Sue Levitt was there and shows us why this training is so crucial.
We see that it's stable, and then we start checking on the victims. Now we're going to go to work. Okay, they're trapped in there, they're stuck under the steering wheel. How are we going to get to them?
Our future first responders are sawing and prying at old vehicles here at the training center, gaining the skills they'll need to be able to rescue victims from severe car accidents.
It's the first thing you want to do when you get to a scene of an accident. Size it up and seeing what? Stabilization, right? Good.
And a lot to learn because, of course, all cars are different. And since vehicles are designed to keep us safe, our first responders must learn how to defeat these safety features to reach victims trapped inside.
It's not just walking up and I'm going to cut the door off. The car is going to present to you in a certain way as far as the damage. One way I used last week might not work the same on this vehicle. If they're 2 different accidents, it's 2 different designs.
Carmen Rizzo is the captain of the technical rescue team. His crew gets sent to extrications that may be a little more complicated than normal.
We train to be prepared for the things that we're not going to see normally, and then that's what's good to come down here. And it's a training, so the recruits have an opportunity to see certain tools work better than others. Certain techniques work better than others for certain incidents, so they can see they have different options so that when they come across the call out in the field, they can revert back to this and say, hey, this worked better for me when I was doing it this way versus now.
And since our first responders get sent to car accidents the most, it's beneficial that they're able to practice on these old cars here in the lot. While most of these accidents might be fender benders, there are times our first responders are going to need to know how to remove a roof, break glass, or even cut through a door to safely remove a victim from a vehicle.
We start them off with hand tools. removing glass with using just an axe or a sawzall, reciprocating saw. It's battery operated. From there we move up to what the public knows as the jaws of life, the hydraulic spreaders and cutters, showing them proper body mechanics so that the tools are heavy. They're being used on vehicles that are weigh tons. So we want them to make sure that the tool does the work, that they're not trying to muscle up on the tool. We're showing them the structural designs of the vehicles.
While today the recruits are training for the first time, all firefighters within the city use the yard here at the Fire Training Center for ongoing vehicle extrication training. For City Beat, I'm Sue Levitt.
SA Recycling volunteers their time to get the cars to and from Nevada Pick Apart. Nevada Pick Apart donates the cars for the training. Thank you, Sue Levitt, for that story. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to tell you how you can help protect your neighborhood simply by signing on the dotted line. Stay with us. Congratulations to the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month, Audra Hastings. Audra is a court specialist within the municipal court system. Her primary role and responsibilities include monitoring the city's house arrest program. The program was under reorganization when she joined the city, but she jumped right in to help wherever needed. She oversees more than 275 defendants on electronic monitoring devices. Audra's true strength is her ability to guide defendants through the house arrest process, ensuring that they are doing what they need to complete their sentence. She truly cares about these citizens who are obviously going through a difficult time. Her supervisor has received calls from many who have been helped by her, touting the difference she has made in their lives. For her care and compassion to our residents who find themselves in difficult times, we congratulate Audra Hastings, our City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language, or talk with your mouth full. Keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Each one of our journeys keeps us young. Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
We'll never get older. Each one Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Welcome back to City Beat from Las Vegas City Hall, where, as you can see, we have gone blue for Go True Blue Month, a month set aside for us to honor our law enforcement officers. Speaking of law enforcement, you don't have to be an officer to help uphold the law. You can sign up for a brand new program just implemented by Metro Police called SafeCam. It's strictly a volunteer program that enables you to be an extra set of eyes that can protect your home and your neighbors. We all like to think of our home and our neighborhood as a safe haven, a place where we go and are protected from any harm, including crime. But unfortunately, crime does penetrate our neighborhoods, from porch pirates who steal deliveries right from our front doors to, even worse, criminals looking for a house or business to break into. But an increase in these can go a long way to deterring the bad guy.
Oh, they got cameras.
And now it can go a long way to protecting everyone in your neighborhood, thanks to a new program being launched by Las Vegas Metro Police called Vegas SafeCam. It's a registry you can volunteer to join.
As we know, home surveillance has become very affordable these days with the cost of technology going down. So we know there's a lot of cameras out there. The idea with Vegas SafeCam is when a crime occurs, we're going to go to our register and we're going to call people that are in that area to see if we can come look at their cameras, possibly they caught a suspect walking by, a license plate, something of that nature.
Sergeant Jeff Clark with Metro's Office of Public Information says the more residents and businesses that register, giving them permission to view camera footage in the event of a crime, the faster that crime might be solved.
We had decentralization with our detective bureaus about 2 years ago. So now the detectives are closer to their community and they can respond to calls faster and get them solved faster. What this is also going to do is cut down that response time even more, because if we can track a suspect's movements by looking at your neighbor's cameras, that will give us a chance to find them faster, to get more information.
Your camera is just one more set of eyes, giving law enforcement officers another tool to capture criminals. Sergeant Clark says the footage on the cameras is only requested in the event of a reported crime in your neighborhood. And he says your cameras would never and could never be tapped into unless you're on the register and have given them permission.
So we cannot tap into them. We don't want to tap into them. Pretty much what it is voluntary. If you don't want to be on our list anymore, you just take your name off.
If you're interested in finding out more or signing up to be part of the Vegas Safe Cam network, you can go to Metro's website, lvmpd.com, and click on Community Programs.
It's very easy. We have a banner on lvmpd.com. It's a very short form. It's pretty much your name, your address, your phone number, and how long your cameras record for. We don't ask birthday, social security number, driver. We don't ask any of that. It's just simply you're trying to help us fight crime and being a willing partner in that.
Our local law enforcement agencies are committed to making our community the safest in the nation. Vegas Safe Cam is just one more innovative idea to help achieve that goal. Once again, that is lvmpd.com. Click on Community Programs and you will see Vegas Safe Cam there. Well, you know, the city of Las Vegas has become a world leader when it comes to utilizing social media to keep our constituents informed. Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and so much more. It's all in an effort to bring city government closer to you. Well, we're not resting on our laurels. We're using yet one more social media tool, and we understand this one might even make your crazy commute a little more enjoyable. Inside the KCLV TV studio, cameras, lights, microphones, and sets are all around. But the city's social media team doesn't need any of that for this particular communications tool being used to reach out to our citizens and let them know what's going on in Las Vegas.
Hello, everyone. I'm David Riggleman.
It's the city's new podcast. It's called Vegas TMI. It's recorded here in our studio where the sound is crystal clear and the setting is relaxed and off camera.
Podcasts are popular. People use them, especially when they're commuting in the car. It's a way that you can communicate with people, and they're a captive audience generally. They're going somewhere. They want to listen to something in the meantime as they travel. Podcasts have become extremely popular, and so we figured why not use that as a medium to help communicate the city's messages as well.
On this particular day, David Riggleman, Communications Director for the City of Las Vegas, is chatting with A.J. Delep. He is with the Las Vegas Metro Police Department's Office of Intergovernmental Services, and Scott Rutledge, who was the campaign manager for Yes on Question 2, and is now working with the Nevada Cannabis Coalition. The topic is recreational marijuana, which Nevada voters legalized in Question 2 in the 2016 election.
And they collected almost twice the number of signatures needed, and then after validation, qualified for the ballot.
And how we are adapting ourselves here in Las Vegas so the lines between legal and illegal don't get blurred when it comes to the introduction of recreational marijuana.
The tricky part is not creating, and what the big concern is, or one of the main concerns is not creating some type of ad hoc black market. And there's some factors that go into that which we're cautious of.
This is our 6th podcast, and Riggleman says the goal is to make sure the chosen topics are what people in our community are discussing amongst themselves.
Variety of things. We've tried to talk about things that people are going to be interested in talking about when they're standing around the water cooler. So we've talked about whether or not we were going to have a pro football team here and where the stadium was going to be located. This whole legalization now of recreational marijuana, how's that going to play out? We've talked about whether the wedding industry is going to dry up and leave Las Vegas and we're going to stop being the wedding capital of the world. Things like that.
The podcasts are recorded every 2 weeks, and there's bound to be issues that will hit home with you since they're all about Las Vegas. And heck, they might even make that Carnado commute just a little more enjoyable.
One thing that I think people have said over the years is that with technology, all the songs you've ever wanted to listen to are at your fingertips now, and so you listen to them over and over and over, and so sometimes it's nice to listen to something other than the songs you've heard 1,000 times.
You can download the podcast for free. It's called Vegas TMI, and you can get it on iTunes or by going to lasvegasnevada.gov/podcasts. We're going to take another break. When we come back, it's New Year's. Did you make any resolutions? And are you having a hard time sticking to them? We're going to talk to an expert on how to stick with the game.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
You've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Thank you for calling your GED Pep Talk Center. All right, now, are you ready for your GED Pep Talk?
Being nervous is okay. It just shows that you're serious about getting your diploma.
A lot of things are scary. Heck, I'm scared of clowns.
No quiero ir. Danny, no lo puedo hacer.
DMC, life in your pep talk style.
Just keeping it real, Debs, just keeping it real.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Welcome back to City Beat from City Hall, where we have gone blue in honor of Go True Blue Month, the month set aside to honor our law enforcement officers. Well, it is a new year. Have you made your New Year's resolution? Have you given up on it yet? The fact of the matter is most people give up on their resolutions before the end of January. And there are many reasons for it, which, by the way, does not have to mean a lack of self-control or discipline. We talked to a health coach about how these resolutions can be kept so that they go from being resolutions to permanent lifestyle changes. KCLV TV employees Sue Levitt and Steve Horlock are regulars at the gym year-round. But this time of the year, they try to work out during off hours because, like most regulars, one of the things they notice every year is the gym's a lot more crowded in January. And like every other year, they notice those crowds start to dwindle by February. Vowing to exercise is a top New Year's resolution, but resolutions are often forgotten within weeks of the new year. Jennifer Spear is a health coach with Health Plan of Nevada. She says one of the main things to blame on our failure to stick with our resolutions is our need for instant gratification.
One of the things that tends to happen is that people don't see results quickly enough, or what they feel to be quickly enough, or dramatic enough. And so they kind of give up. They feel like, well, it's not making a difference.
Jennifer says whether your resolution is to exercise more, eat healthier, lose weight, save more money, or quit smoking, the top resolutions, by the way, the trouble with sticking with them often starts before we even start the new year. It's in the declaration of what you intend to accomplish.
Sometimes it's they've maybe taken on too big of a task all at once, and it needs to be something a little bit smaller. Sometimes it's not specific enough even. When you say, I want to lose weight, but you don't really define what that is or what your goal is, then you tend to get a little bit lost in the process.
She explains goals that are too lofty can become overwhelming. She says take a look at your overall goal, then break it down into more realistic goals.
If somebody wants to lose, let's say they want to go big, they want to lose 50 pounds, that's pretty overwhelming. But if you can break it down to, let's try to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, that's a lot more manageable. Perhaps they want to start exercising more. The gym, like you said. Going to the gym every day is a bit of a task, but if you can set aside certain days a week, try and figure out what time works best for you, then you're more likely to follow through with it.
Another reason people give up is the unexpected cost of time and money. But she says there are ways to make changes in your life on your own timetable and with very little money.
There's also lots of community resources. Even going to your library, you can find some resources. They have all kinds of DVDs if you don't feel like going to the gym, where you can start doing some stuff at home.
Finally, if you fall off track and miss a few days at the gym or go off your new eating plan, forgive yourself and start again.
And truly, the only time that you're a failure is when you stop trying. Just dust yourself off, figure out what went wrong, try and figure out how to work around it, and keep moving forward.
The unhealthy or bad habits we're trying to break most often have taken years or even a lifetime to form. Change takes time and perseverance. In other words, don't be too quick to throw in the towel.
Now, there have been many studies conducted to try to determine how long it takes to form a new habit. Some studies say 21 days, some say 3 months. Jennifer believes it varies depending on the individual. For example, you may have had a health scare, making you a little bit more motivated to stick to diet and exercise, as opposed to someone who just wants to shave off a few pounds. Bottom line is change takes time and it takes patience. Well, that does it for our very first City Beat of the new year. As we go to close, we want to take you to a new exhibit in the Chamber Gallery. It's the Public Employees Art Exhibit, and it runs through February 2nd. See you for the next City Beat.